What is up? What is up? Welcome back to the Science of Flipping. I am your host, Justin Colby, and I am ready to talk a lot about some questions I've been getting asked about leads. But before I get there, I want to make sure that if you have been a loyal listener, that I say thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You continue to listen. You continue to ask me questions. I'm here to give you feedback. I'm here to help you guys. And so I just appreciate you. And I thought it was about time that I tell you guys that I appreciate all of you loyal listeners that continue to listen. Conversely, if you are here for the first time, if this is maybe your second episode, awesome. Kick ass. I'm glad that this is an area that you can learn from for free, that you can get my tools and tricks and systems and processes to help you become a successful real estate investor. That is what this is all about. So if you do go to thescienceofflipping.com, there are several things I want to mention to you before we even get started with this episode. One, I have a real book called The Science of Flipping that I sell on Amazon. For my listeners, I give it away for free. Just go put in your information and download it. It will give you a layout about how to become a successful investor. Secondly, I talk a lot about my masterminds. I talk about it constantly and the impact it delivers on their lives and their businesses. And if you are interested at any level, if you're just getting started, if you're doing $250,000 to $500,000 a year, or maybe you're going crazy and you're making a ton of money and you're making $1 million a year, but you don't have a life, go in and click the mastermind button and fill out the application. Give us a chance to talk with you. Figure out exactly where you are in your business. See what we can provide and whether you're going to be a good fit in our masterminds. We have 3 levels: a starter level, a beginner level, a medium level, where you're doing 2 to 10 deals a month, and then a baller level called Billionaire Boardroom, where you're well into the 7 figures and you're just crushing it. And you want to be around bigger, better people like myself, Sean Terry, and Kent Clothier. So guys, give yourself an opportunity. Go fill out the application. It says mastermind. Fill out the application. Or simply, if you want to work closer with me and my team, and you might want to, talk to us about coaching, go ahead and click the coaching tab, fill out that application, and my team will get back to you about coaching. Do not be scared. It doesn't hurt you. There's no cost to this, but it could benefit your life so greatly. Just go fill it out if it's of interest to you, and we'll make sure to help you out. So that's the housekeeping, guys. But this is a question. This episode's all about a question that I have been getting a ton of. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, sorry about the lighting. I'm in a new office, as I mentioned last episode. It is what it is. I actually am bringing in more lighting for this office. I'm going to do some cool stuff with the walls, but as you can see, I'm in my new office, right? So it is what it is. And if you aren't watching my videos on YouTube, go over to watch my videos on YouTube. Subscribe to me, watch, and obviously it gives you a different dynamic because you can see me each and every day, right? Versus just listening to my voice. So, and lastly, you know what, guys? I got to be better at reminding myself of this. iTunes specifically really values feedback. If you loyal listeners, or maybe this is your first time and you just love this episode, if you would be gracious enough to give me feedback, go rate my podcast and leave a comment. If it's a 5-star, awesome content, kicking ass, do that. If you didn't like it and you don't like me and it's terrible and you want to give me 1 star, do that. Be honest, right? I'm not asking for anything else besides being honest, and leave me a comment. Whether you want me to talk about another podcast or another subject on a different podcast, leave a comment. Tell me how great it is. Tell me how it can be better. But at the end of the day, iTunes really looks highly on podcasts that are getting a lot of comments, a lot of ratings. Please, I ask you this favor, go in, give me a star review, and give me, or a 5-star review, I should say. I'd love all 5-star reviews. And give me some comments. Give me some feedbacks. Let iTunes know and Apple know what you feel about my podcast, because it continues to be promoted through Apple, and it really just looks good. So if you would do that for me, I'm going to keep giving back to you guys. So one question that I have been asked over and over and over again is this: what lists should I be mailing to? And it is, I wish I had just one list that was absolutely crushing it. But quite frankly, that just isn't the case. So I mail to a bunch of different lists. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is going to be a short episode because everyone wants to know, what lists am I mailing to? What am I mailing to? Here are the lists that you should be mailing to. Now, before I tell you the lists, what I will say is this. If you don't have a high marketing budget, okay, then the best lists that you can be marketing to are the highly motivated lists, okay? So those are pre-foreclosures, those are tax liens, those are probates, those are inheritance, and those are vacant, right? Those are 5 of the most highly motivated lists that I mail to. I'll say them again. Tax liens, inheritance, probates, vacants, and pre-foreclosures. I got into this entire industry by dealing with pre-foreclosure properties. That's how I got in. And I got in because I made more offers than anyone else. I was working with realtors, and I was relentless about getting in front and making offers, right? So pre-foreclosures has a little soft spot in my heart because it was just a list that I just kept banging when I got into this industry, and I had $0. If you guys remember my story, for those of you who have been around, I was sleeping on a couch and had no income and had no money to my name when I first started. And, you know, I fought and I continued to fight and I continued to push forward because it was not easy, right? But that is the list that really was something that was really, really valuable to me. So if you have a low marketing budget, I will tell you even where to get the list. Okay, ready? So I wrote them down here, right? Rebo Gateway, Rebo, R-E-B as in boy, O, gateway.com will have your tax lien list. US Lead List will have your inheritance list. There are other providers of inheritance lists. US Lead List is one that I've worked with for a while. List Source is a great source to get your pre-foreclosure lists. Find Motivated Sellers Now is a great source to get your vacant homes list. What am I missing here? So I said Rebo Gateway is the tax lien. Vacant homes, find Motivated Sellers. US Lead List is inheritance. Tax default is Rebo Gateway. And probate. Probate you can also get from List Source, right? So that is great lists for you to go get, right? You want to do that. Now, Rebo Gateway has a couple of crossover lists, right? So List Source and Rebo Gateway have a couple same lists. You can use either one, right? But those are the lists I mail to. Those are the list providers that we use, right? Now, lastly, if you have a little bit larger budget, or maybe those lists out of the 5 lists that you are getting, if those are not large enough in your area and you need more, here is what I will tell you. I am looking to buy, I call this a blanket list, right? This is a list, this is going out to the masses. I am looking to buy homes that are older than 1995, okay? So 1995 and older build. I am looking for homeowners who have owned the home for over 10 years, right? And the reason why is I want equity, right? And they would likely have equity. I obviously want owner occ or absentee, and I want it in the zip codes that I desire, right? And that is what I consider a blanket list, right? Again, I'll say it again, 1995 or older build. They have owned the home for over 10 years. They are owner occ or absentee, and they are in the zip codes that I would like to be investing in. Those are all of the lists that I mail to, okay? So again, this is the number one question that I get, whether it's in our masterminds, whether you guys are emailing me, whatever that may be, I'm giving it to you now. There you have it, right? These are what I mail to every single month. And if you don't have a big marketing budget, I really encourage you to write your own letters, hand deliver them, door knock them. Just get in front of more people. You will be, it will come back to you the more you get in front of more people, guys. So again, number one question I get, what list do you use? That is it. You have them right there. If you didn't write them down, rewind it, pause it, rewind it. Go get those lists. Some you have to pay for, some you don't. But again, send mail. Never stop sending mail. Make your phone blow up. You are in marketing and sales. You are in marketing and sales. That is what we are in. Make sure that you never stop marketing. You can never stop marketing, okay? So keep marketing. Even if you have to handwrite them, make sure you keep marketing. And guys, that is it. That is this episode. Those are the lists that I send. I do it every month. Go rock and roll. Go have a great day. Go make the life that you want. Go out there and push hard. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.